All right, so I wanted to introduce our speaker, trainer, coach, and guru for tonight, guys. It's an honor to have him on this call. I've been following this guy for a long, long time and learned a lot from him. You guys are going to have a massive value from him. Simon Chan is a consistency coach and a speaker who helps network marketers earn a part-time income of at least $1,000 a month by helping them create consistency, defeat overwhelm, and build successful business online. Simon is the best known as the host of MLM Nation podcast. Guys, if you're not following that podcast, do find him on the podcast, on all the different social medias. He's the number one network marketing. It's the number one network marketing podcast that features in-depth interviews with over 500 of top earners. Simon started in network marketing in 2003 and built $1 million business with over 200,000 distributors by pioneering online duplication. He retired from building in 2013 to be a full-time trainer and founder of MLM Nation. Simon, it's an honor to have you here with us. Pleasure to learn from you as always. Over to you, my friend.
Hey, thank you. It's an honor to be here. Hey, I'm going to talk about the holidays. It's really important and why this is the best time to grow your business, and also about consistency. But I want to give you one tip about consistency, one very, very important thing about consistency. If you want to be consistent, and I'm bringing this up because Irina just did this, is you need accountability, right? So we all going to hold Irina accountable. She says she's going to be on ML Nation, then she will be on the show because she just announced it to everyone here. And so that's actually important. So every one of you, you should have some type of accountability partner. And a lot of times the accountability partner does not need to be your upline. In many ways, sometimes it's better to be a sideline, because sometimes, especially if you're new, you may not relate to the upline may not relate to you, but it's always good to have a friend in the company, cross-line, the same team that you could share with. Sometimes our frustrations, just talking about sharing our goals, that would help you. All right. And you have questions, I'll put, you can type them in, I'll answer them. But let me share a couple of pictures with you. My purpose is to have a positive impact as many lives as possible. And I believe everyone can earn at least a part-time income in network marketing. And my mission is to help 1,000 people get to $1,000 a month. Now, if you're stuck, it's not your fault. There's so many distractions nowadays. How many of you feel it's very easy to get distracted right now? Type in a 1. It's very easy, right? And we have these phones. These are, what I call, you can use for tools, or they are weapons of mass distraction. And distracting us, we're looking at holiday videos, you're looking at this picture, and then all of a sudden your whole day is gone, right? So I always ask this question: what do you think is the number one skill you need in network marketing? And I'll tell you, Arena definitely has this. Well, what do you think is the number one skill you need in network marketing? Type it in there. What do you think? Some people say it's presentation. Some people say leadership. Some people say, I'll tell you, the number one skill, communication, right? The number one skill, and this is a skill, is not something you're born with. It is consistency. Okay, consistency is something you learn, because if you are not, and Judas, you have it right. If it's Trace, you got it right. If you're a good communicator, but you are not consistent, you're not going to be successful. If you're a good presenter, but you only present one time a week, you're not going to be successful. If you're a good communicator, a networker, but you only do it when you feel like doing it, you're not going to be successful. Success is being consistent even when you don't feel like doing it. Now, the good news is consistency is something that you can learn and develop. It's not something you're born with. I was definitely not born consistent. I do not want to say too loud because my boys are here. They're homeschool now. I used to never go to class in university. I'll play video games. I was never consistent, right? But the consistency is something you can develop over time, and I'm going to give you a couple of things that will help you. But because without consistency, you'll never be successful. So I'm going to share with you a story, okay? Once upon a time in 2003. By the way, consistency creates mastery. If you're not good, it's okay. Every master was a disaster. Every master was a disaster. When I'm a shy, quiet Asian kid, grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I live in California now. But when I first started, I remember my first training call, team call. I had a team of 14 people. And my leader always told me, you have to step up. So I was like, I'm going to step up and do my first training call. And I did it. I was working part-time. So it was in the summer, July 2003. I had, my Toyota, I had a Toyota, sit in the back seat, I had my laptop, computer, and this was before Zoom. This was a teleconference. And I had 14 team members and only 4 people showed up. And I'm like, this is my debut, my big day. Why only 4 people? And I was and in 17 minutes I was finished. I was like, do you have any questions? And there's no questions. I was like, yes, I'm so good. And then one of the 4 people was a friend of mine from university. He said, Simon, you spoke so fast, no one understood what you're talking about. Okay? That was my first training call. But you know what? You get good. And you get good by doing it again and again and again. And if you're not good, it's okay. By the way, if you have downlines or you have friends, or you're not good, and we're talking about posting on social media is very important. But if you're not good, it's okay. Because if you keep going, that inspires people. If you have downlines and just say you're not good, but you stay consistent, that inspires your team. Because your team will say, wow, you're not even good. But you keep going. That just tells you how great the business is, how great the opportunities is. Because if you stop going, then they'll say, well, you're not good. So, okay, I told you, this doesn't work. And actually, if you look at the stories in the world right there, right? All the people that show up all the time, that inspires people. But the ones who do one hit one time and they stop, that's not inspirational. No one likes a one-hit wonder. Right? We always make fun, oh, you just one time, right? You look at these musicians, oh, one-hit wonder. But people who stay consistent, that inspires them to do more. So I'm going to share with you, once upon a time, almost 20 years ago, I know I'm not supposed to show commission checks, but I'm going to show them because these are checks you've probably never seen before. Okay? And I'm going to make sure you all don't get in trouble. So this is a big commission check. It was a big, fat goose egg. I was very excited. Network marketing would help me achieve my dreams. It was great. Big goose egg. And then a couple weeks later, I got a big donut. And then a couple weeks later, a big flat pancake. 0. And then a couple weeks later, a bagel. I can't think of any other foods. 0. And a couple weeks later, still 0. Right, by the way, these are not, and then a couple weeks later, still 0. Now, I'm telling you, if you're new, don't worry, I'll tell you what not to do. If you've been here for a while, if you're struggling, I've been there. Right, and by the way, these are not the same screenshots. They're different screenshots, okay? They're always going 0, 0, 0. This was the hard way. I was doing things, I would just listen to trainings, but I didn't have a checklist of what to do. You tell me to work I know I'm supposed to work my business, but what do you do? I don't know. So I'm telling you, if you're stuck, it's not your fault. My turning point was someone helped me become consistent. I had a routine every day. I had a checklist. And this is something you can get on websites. I know someone asked, Tracy, you asked about the podcast. It's called ML Nation. You can search it on any platform. But like a checklist, every day, there's something I need to do. Like a job. And when I go to the job, I know every day I have to do this. I have to send out emails. I have to report my staff, report to my boss. I know what I needed to do. In this business, there was a checklist. And every day I had to do that. Right? So this is like the new way. You work off a checklist. I'm sure your team has a checklist. Every day, this is the core activities. Have someone to help you stay consistent and someone to hold you accountable. And I talked about that before. Arena's going to be on the ML Nation. We're all holding her accountable. She made it out there, right? And that's why, like, it's goal setting now. When you do goal setting, let people know about your goals. Because the more you let them know goals, you're going to focus on the activity. Okay, that was the turning point. Afterwards, I earned my first check, $200. And I just showed some old pictures. I've been building online mostly for almost 20 years. Okay, this was in 2004. Remember the old big monitors back then? There was no such thing as Bluetooth, wired headset. I eventually built a team of 200,000 people. This was just our team in the Philippines. I was the number one fastest growing distributor in my company. And then, in network marketing, you need duplication, right? So my wife and I said, hey, we need to work on duplication. We really need to focus. So we started duplicating. So that's our duplication now. From 2 people to 6 people. Okay, so you can tell my oldest looks exactly like me. My youngest looks exactly like my wife. The white fluffy one, we haven't figured how to duplicate that yet. But that's our family now. We have 4 boys. My oldest son is 12 years old. The white fluffy one is 9, 7, and almost 5. And I'm warning you, it is a zoo. It is crazy. They may come in anytime because actually I think they need a phone for school. But that's my life. This was a couple years ago. My wife is making breakfast. And I got to get the 2 kids to go to school. And I'm carrying my youngest. It's like, look at my face. And I actually look at this toothpaste on my thing. I don't know how that got there. I'm like, this is crazy. But the good thing about network marketing is this is a part-time business. You don't need much time. You do it in pockets of your time. But when you do focus, you have to be very laser focused and consistent with it. And like I said before, I've been a full-time trainer since 2013. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to share a few things. I want you to let me know what you plan to take action on. Okay, at the end. You can tag me on the story on Instagram. It's Simon W. Chan. What do you plan to take action? Because it's not how many notes you take. It's the notes in business don't matter. It's what you take action on that's important. It's how you change your thinking that is important. So I'll share a few things. Number one is right now is December 7th. Tomorrow's almost December 8th. You need to get going. The holidays is the best time to grow your business. Okay, don't think that the holidays, people are not focused on the holidays. You're not. Hey, you need to think like an entrepreneur, like a business person. Every business person, it doesn't matter if it's Apple or Amazon or whatever you have, Tesco, they are focused on December. November, December, the most important months, right? Because in fact, publicly traded companies like an Apple or Amazon, if they have a bad December, November, the stock price will go down. They're pushing a restaurant, a pub. I know that right now some countries are locked down. Every business out there, they're pushing hard to finish the year. They're not saying, there's the holidays now, let's relax, we'll start in January. It doesn't happen. You have to start training yourself to think like a business person. And every business person is pushing to finish the year strong. Does this make sense? Type in the 2 if this makes sense. Right? Doesn't matter what type of business out there, they are pushing. So, and the reason why, and thank you for the interactivity, it is the great time to grow your business. I'll give you a couple of reasons. 2 big reasons. Number 1 is because people are in the buying mode already. They're buying, right? They're buying gifts. They're going to the credit card. They're spending. And when someone is spending, it's easier now to get them as a customer. It's easier now. Easier now to get them join the business to buy the product because they're buying anyway. Now, let me ask you something. How many of you have gone to the grocery store and sometimes buy stuff you did not plan to buy? Right? You buy stuff, all the stuff, like I didn't plan to buy this, and you buy all the stuff, right? Or you go shopping and you buy a lot of stuff you're not supposed to buy. The reason why now, if I told you, like, hey, go to the grocery store, buy this, you're probably, I'm not going to go buy that. I don't need that. But once you're at the grocery store, you buy a couple of things, it's very easy to buy more. Right? It's like when you buy a car, it's like, do you want to spend 500 pounds to upgrade your car? You're like, Simon, no, I'm not spending 500 pounds. I need to save my money now for the holidays. But when you buy your car and the salesman say, for extra 500 pounds, you get the leather and the moonroof, no problem. You're spending 30,000 anyway, extra 500, nothing. You have to understand psychology. Right now, people are buying. How many of you have the damage in the U.S.? We have the damage is done mentality. The damage is done. Oh, whatever, we'll buy more. Right? You're like, you see this, you're shopping. I spent a lot of money already. Oh, we'll spend a little bit more. What difference does it make? Oh, you're in the bar. I spent a lot of money. You're in the pub. You spend a lot of money. One more round of drinks or whatever. The damage is done. Right? That's the mindset. So you cannot wait to January because you know what happens in January? So say your prospect says, oh, right now, check back with me in January. You need to get everyone to start now because guess what are they thinking in January? Right now they're thinking of buying. In January, do you know what they think of? I'll tell you what they're thinking of. They're thinking of this envelope in the mail, right? That is the credit card bill. You think, oh my goodness, I spent all this money in December. I have no money now. I got to pay off my bills. So you have to get started right in this huge urgency. There's 3 weeks left in the year. You have to do everything to get your people into the business. Now, there's a lot of ideas. You can use as samples. You can get them as gifts. But there's another reason why it's important. And it's because people are reflective during this time. Reflective means they're thinking. They're thinking of what? They want a better year. How many of you know friends like, oh, this has been a tough year. They can't wait for this year to end. Right? You see that this is a tough year. I can't wait for the new year. During December is when they have New Year's goals, New Year's resolutions. Now's the time they're thinking about it. And isn't your business the best opportunity for them? They're thinking of what you have. Don't wait till next year. And I'll tell you, think about it. This is the best time. Best time. If you talk about July, August, they're thinking of vacation, right? I think of siesta. They think December is like, wow, I can't wait the new year. And what do people want? They want 3 things. They want better health. They want more money. Right? They want better health, more money, better relationships. Isn't that what we offer? And it doesn't matter if you're not selling health products, but people are successful that focus on their health. By the way, everyone who's successful, I know, they focus their health is important because after you have make money, the health that's important, so you can enjoy it. Right? Success habits. People are open to that right now. They're open for change. People want to change. Right? And change is the best time. Now you sell health products. Maybe I know you sell health products. Maybe you don't. That's not your focus. But everyone wants what you have right now. That's why you have to keep going. I'll share a few things. So I'll give you a couple ideas of what to post. How many of you health have changed since you started your business? Your health has changed. Maybe you have better habits. You exercise more. But share that on social media. And you can say, I'm so grateful for our team. My business has allowed me to be much healthier this year than before. I'm thankful for my team and my mentors. Now, you didn't even need to talk about the product. Now, if you start talking the product a lot, people may go, oh, you're trying to sell me. They may be more skeptical. When you post online, here's a rule. You want to increase curiosity, decrease alarm. Increase curiosity. Get them like, what did you do? I'm so grateful for my team. I've been so much healthier this year. Even with the stress of the economy, pandemic, I'm much healthier than before. People ask you, so why? What did you do? That creates conversations. Talk about your money. How many of you have better with your personal finances since you got started? Right? You say, I'm so grateful for my team. 3 years ago, I've been really, really stressed, really worried about my finances. But now, thanks to our business and a team, it's good to know I have a backup plan. Your friends out there, they were watching you. Like, so what do you do? See, social media is meant to create conversations. Let people know. Your people are looking for change. And I tell you, the best prospects are your prospects who are looking for change. This business is all about transition, right? Transition. It's about timing. So if someone said no to you a couple months ago, no does not mean never. No could be back then, but now they're open. It's about timing. So think about it. If someone just had a baby, a mother just had a baby today, it doesn't matter who presents to them. Irina can present to them, they're not going to join. Right? But like a year later, 6 months later, when the person has to go back to work, now they're a good prospect. See, it's all about timing. I'll give you another example. On Friday, it was a Friday afternoon, Friday morning, You talk to this person about your business. They're not interested. They're thinking about the weekend. Oh, thank goodness, the weekend. But then at 1 p.m., 1 p.m., they get an email from the boss like, oh, you got to finish this before you leave. They're like, oh, now they're angry. Now they're a good prospect. They finished their work early, and on the Saturday you call them. Now they're hanging out, having a good time, partying with the family. They're not a good prospect. Well, on Sunday night, they got to go back to work. Like, oh, I've got to go back to work again. Now they're a good prospect. That's why you have to stay consistent with your follow-ups, right? I'll share one thing with you. How many of you feel that if you had better results, it would be much easier to recruit people? Be honest. Oh, if I was making like what Reno was making, oh, it would be so easy. I would convince everyone to join. If I could show them a check, oh, I made a check. Look, I haven't made so much this check. How many of you feel that way? Be honest. I know when I first started, I was like, if I had results to show, and this is, pay attention to this, especially if you're new. I remember when I was new, I was like, oh, if I had some results, I could convince them. Tell you, that's the wrong mindset. Because it's like the chicken versus the egg. Who comes first? How can you recruit someone if you never had results? But how can you have results if you never recruited someone? You don't need results to join. And also, just say you made $100, 100 pounds. You know what you're going to say to yourself? Oh, I can't convince my friend because 100 pounds is nothing. If I only had 500 pounds, I could convince them. And then you make 500 pounds a month. You're like, well, I still can't join because 500 pounds is only part-time. If I had a full-time income, I could convince these leaders to join. And you make like 10,000 a month. They think, oh, this guy's a millionaire entrepreneur. I'm still not making enough. I need more results. I'll tell you, it doesn't work that way. But what people buy is three things. They buy your change, your commitment, and your consistency. And you don't need results to do that. So what do I mean by that? I'll give you an example. I share with you, when I first started, I was a disaster. Every master was a disaster. My friends, I'm very into basketball. Okay, I'm very into basketball. I collect a lot of basketball cards. If you show my desk, I have all these basketball cards. I'm very into sports. Okay, whole bunch of sports here. So my friends would tell me, "Hey, come over and watch the Laker game, basketball game." And I said, "I can't, because here's what I did. I want you to do this. If you're struggling with consistency, you have to treat your business like a job and show up every single time. Look at your schedule. You know, let me ask you this. I'll ask you this question. If your boss asked you, you got to show up for a 5 p.m. meeting, would you show up? Would you show up? Your boss said you got to show up for 5 p.m. meeting, Zoom. Would you show up? I showed up. And then one day my boss said, hey, you got to show up for 8:30 a.m. meeting on Monday. That's like, we have a free breakfast meeting with our colleagues. I don't want to eat breakfast with my colleagues. I want to stay home and sleep more. But we have free bagels, orange juice, because we have to plan weekly planning on Monday mornings. Do you think I showed up? Do you think I showed up? My boss, I showed up. And then one day I got really, really angry. He said, you know what? There's a team luncheon at 12 o'clock. We have pizza, salads, iced tea, and soft drinks. Okay? I told you my boys would come. Hey, come here, say hi. Come here, say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Ethan.
You speak up. Right. You have your class? Yeah. Okay. Well, see you later. I told you I have 3 boys. You won't come in any minute. Okay? I always teach them. If you want to come in and say, you got to introduce yourself because your social skills are very important. Anyway, 12 o'clock meeting. And I was like, you know, I used to be so tired. I used to leave my house at 6:15 in the morning to go and beat traffic to get to work. So I can go to work early. Because if I left at like 7:30, it would take me 2 hours to get to work. If I left at 6:15, only 45 minutes. But problem is, at noon, I was so tired. At noon, during my lunch break, I would go across the street to a Holiday Inn for about 2.5 blocks away. I can't hang out there, loiter. So I'll sit there, pretend I was waiting for my friend in the hotel. I'll get the newspaper there, read it, and I'll go like this. And I'll take a 15-minute nap. Okay, and then I'll go back to work. And now my boss like, you cannot go. You have to do a lunch meeting and to eat pizza too. Oh, great, eat pizza. I'll be even more tired, fall asleep, right? But do you think I showed up? I still showed up. And that was the day, the turning point. I'm so angry. I am showing up to make someone else rich. I'm showing up for my boss, for my company, but not for myself. Every one of you, you got to show up. This business is about two parts. You got the boss. We all like to be our own boss. But you got to be your own employee as well. And a lot of you, if you're struggling with consistency, the boss you were fired or sacked, the employee you. You have to show up every day. That was my turning point. I said, I'm going to show up. I looked at my schedule. Every day at 4:30 p.m., I could spend 15, 20 minutes doing my business. 15, 20 minutes. You don't need much time. And when spending the 15, 20 minutes, I'm not talking about scrolling on the news feed or doing busy work. No, this is sending out invitations, asking people who want to look at the video, prospecting activities, income producing activities. Every day at 4:30 to 4:50, I'll do that. I remember when I first started, I was so scared and nervous. I was at my parents' house. I'll go to a room, and then I'll just make a call. I mean, unfortunately, the Wi-Fi wasn't good, so I'll go out to the computer and run back out to another room, see a phone number, and run back to that room, close the doors, make sure my mom doesn't hear me. My mom's like, "What are you doing?" Back then, the Wi-Fi signal was not strong in that room, but I could go there and hide. But every master was a disaster. That started it. So I want you, one action step you can take is look at your schedule. I know you're all busy, but set a time every day you're going to show up for your business. And I know every one of you, don't tell me, Simon, I'm not consistent. Every one of you are consistent. Emma, you're consistent. Judith, you're consistent. Everyone, you know why? Because you brushed your teeth this morning, did you? You're consistent brushing your teeth. Right? And no matter how busy you are, you brush your teeth. You took a shower, a bath today? Well, maybe not today, yeah, maybe it's late if you shower at night. But yesterday you took a bath. Some of you, it doesn't matter how busy you are. You make the time. You got to do the same approach for your business. You got to make that time. And I'll give you a tip. Number one, you create the time. Number two, do your best to choose the same time every day. Like some of you you brush your teeth. By the way, if you haven't brushed your teeth yet, hop off the Zoom and go brush your teeth. But you brush your teeth already. I know that you already did it. No matter how busy you are, you always do that. And I'll tell you, you do it at the same time, in the same place. Maybe some of you use the bathroom. Maybe some of you are brushing your teeth while you're making coffee. But you are brushing your teeth at the same time. You take a bath around the same time. If you exercise consistently, you exercise around the same time. If I ask someone, do you exercise? When do you exercise? Sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night, sometimes. I know that person does not exercise consistently. Anything you do consistently, it's around the same time. You cook dinner around the same time. You eat lunch consistently, it's around the same time. Your business, go look at your schedule and choose a set time every day. And everyone, you do not need much time, but every one of you can wake up 15 minutes earlier. You can go to bed 15 minutes later. Your lunch break, spend 15 minutes. I'm not saying be like Arena. Arena's a legend. You don't need to be like Arena, but 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. Everyone can do that. 15 minutes during lunch break. That's what I did. And I've built a 7-figure business like that. But you have to show up every single day. Show up when you don't even feel like showing up. So once I had this aha moment, my friends asked me, "Hey, go watch the basketball game." I was like, "I can't." I said, "How come you can't?" I said, "I got to work on my business." And my friends, they don't even respect me. They was like, they call that, you still doing that thing? That thing? Like, they didn't call you still doing that business. No, that thing. You still doing that thing? You know what I told them? If you only knew how good the business was, you skip the basketball game too. And I'll stay at home and work on my business. Oh, they're like, "Oh." See, people don't buy what you say. You say your business is so good, so great, your products. They don't listen to that. Your downlines too don't listen to that. They only listen to what they see you do. You show up. Oh, people say, how do you convince prospects? I think don't convince them. You outlast them. Outlast your prospects. I just show up all the time. By the way, when my friends asked me to go to the basketball game, that time I was only earning like $50, $100 a month. I wasn't earning that much money. But I act like I have my vision. You know, the vision I talk about is not just how you can change the world, the vision of yourself. If you don't know what that means, just think about a leader you look up to. You look up to Irina, right? Think of what would Irina do. You don't need income to be a leader. No one says, hey, oh, you need to make $100 check and start acting that way. No one says that. Don't wait for permission. Just look at what a leader would do and start acting like that leader. Someone posed that Irina will recruit people in a maternity ward. She would do that. Then you do that. Start acting like that. Acting like you made it. People buy your change, your commitment, your consistency. Your change doesn't mean I made a lot of money. It's your change in attitude. Change your attitude could be right now. It's 9 o'clock. You used to watch the tube, watch TV, but now you're on a training call. And in fact, every one of you take a screenshot of this, put it on Facebook. I'm so grateful for our team for this awesome training I did so I can finish my year strong. This has been a great year for me. Just mention that. People are like, whoa, what's so great? What happened? See, it creates conversations. You show up. In fact, every time you're doing something for your business, you should be taking a screenshot, picture, and let people know. What picture? Take a screenshot. Take a picture like this. Take a selfie. Right? And if you don't look good, that's okay, because every master was a disaster. Don't worry. Keep going. You'll get better. Take a screenshot and show people you're committed. It's the holiday season. You're not a holiday party. You're not having a good time. You're focused on your business. People start thinking, wow, your business must be good. Because a lot of people, I know you have friends, they're waiting for you to quit, right? Oh, I just give them a couple months. But you outlast them with your consistency. I used to, when I was single, I used to go and party, right? I used to hang out to 3 a.m. in the morning. In LA, things close early. Okay, so things close at 2 a.m. and then there's an after party. Now I'll be hanging out to 3, 4 a.m. Now, by the way, now that I have 3 boys, by 9 p.m. I'm like dead tired. Okay, but when I was single, 3 a.m. I'm like partying, go to after party. I'm like excited, and then I'll go home. My friend said, "Why are you going home?" Because I had a training call. Our team training was on Saturday. So our team training was on Saturday. It was at 11 a.m. And what the problem was, 11 a.m. It was 11 a.m. New York time, and I live in California, which is 8 a.m. And 8 a.m. is really early if you're hanging out to 3 in the morning. So my friend said, "Come on, just skip it, just go." And I'll tell him, if you only knew how good the business was, you attend the training too. I'll just show up. And my friends said, okay. My friends are waiting for me to quit. Eventually, they all joined. They became a customer or joined. In fact, every person you know will eventually join, be a customer, or give you a referral. I guarantee that. Everyone. Irina's been in this business long enough. Eventually, you either join, be a customer, or give you a referral. Right? Because it's all about timing. They'll either buy, join, or give you a referral. But that's why you have to stay in the business. And a lot of the friends I knew, they used to make fun of me. Some of them, right? Eventually, they all became customers. Some of them even joined. Some of them, they were young and single back then. They didn't care. They just want to party. But then once they got married, I'll tell you a couple of people in transition, they're getting married. Like, oh, I need to have money to buy a house now. They're in transition. They're good prospects. I'll give you a couple of ideas. Some people who are turning 30 years old. Oh, I'm getting old now. Good prospects. Turning 40, turning 50, turning 60. Oh my goodness, I gotta make a change. They're your great prospects. Someone who moved into a new neighborhood. Good prospects. Someone who just had a baby. Well, we need to save money for university. We're more expensive. I have to buy diapers. They're good prospects. Outlast your prospects. Remember, people buy your change, commitment, and consistency. Last thing I want to share with you is consistency beats intensity. Consistency. You don't need to. Sometimes you hear, "Oh, I'm going to go on a 90-day, but I'm going to do this and do that." Chances are, I never. First of all, by the way, I'm sorry if I hear the dog barking. He got locked out. I told you I have like 3 boys. One of the boys locked the dog out there. He's barking. So I'm sorry. So consistency beats intensity, right? Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to go do that much, but you need to do something every single day. It's like going to exercise. Some of you are like, "Oh, I'm going to go out this course. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go prospect for 3 hours." And you've never prospected before. Afterwards, you'll be burnt out. It's like you never exercise. I'm going to go to the gym. And then you can't move your arms for 1 week. You don't want to do it again. Do something every single day. One more tip I'll share with you, right? When you're focused on your income producing activities, don't multitask. I know, "Oh, but we have to multitask." I'm like, "Oh, this multitask makes you dumb." Okay, multitasking makes you dumb. And there's lots of studies about that. Like, so when you're focusing, what do you mean multitasking? When you're focusing on setting up follow-ups, don't go all of a sudden scroll on your news feed. When you're setting up invites, don't be doing something else. Focus on one activity. And I'll give you a fun game. I'm going to change the camera here. I want you, everyone here, to count to 10 really quickly. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to say, come on, Emma, I want to see your lips moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really quickly. All right? Pretty quick. All right. Now, say the first 10 letters in the alphabet really quickly. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, right? You want to do that? Say that really quickly. Right? Pretty easy. Now do this. Say the number and the letter really quickly. Like 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D. Do that really quickly. See, I made you all dumb already. Multitasking makes you dumb. You cannot focus more on one thing at a time. Okay? If you're focusing on prospecting, focusing on the prospecting. If you're spending 15 minutes talking about it, be really focused in your time. Time is the most valuable thing. You don't have much of it, but you have an awesome company, awesome products, amazing leader who's committed, like doesn't even know the language. She learns and builds the business. You can make it happen, but you have to stay focused. Remember, people buy your change, your commitment, and consistency. And most importantly, hey, tag me on a post on Instagram, Simon W. Chan, or on Facebook. Let me know what you plan to, or send me a message on Facebook. Let me know what you plan to take action on. That is the most important thing. If you don't, all the stuff I share with you, you don't need to take action on a lot of things. Maybe just one thing. Maybe you don't multitask. Maybe right after this, you go to your calendar, set a schedule every day. Just like you know when you're taking a bath, when you're brushing your teeth, set a schedule every day. This is what I'm going to do for the holidays. Or I'm going to reach out to 5 friends because I haven't talked to. Take an action. Because if you don't take action, you're basically wasting my time and your time. Okay? Make sure you take action. Hey, thank you for having me. This is an amazing profession. We are all in the profession to help others. So go out there, finish the year strong. Go out there, have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.
Oh my God.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
my
Simon.
God, amazing. It's about brushing teeth. We'll never forget, never. What is consistency? It's amazing. Really. You know what? I learned so many things new that I will now implement into my business. For sure. Guys, don't know about you, but I think all my team.
Yes, it was
And in
amazing.
January, Simon, our team is famous. When everyone relax, we push even harder. And that's why how we're doing things. And now, December not finished yet, means we still can reach of people who don't know about our products. Invite them, give them like present to buy. Everything can be done. And yeah, thank you very, very, very much.
Well, God bless you. Let me know where you plan to take action, everyone. Have a
Thank you
safe
so much,
holiday
Simon.
and finish the year strong. Take care.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.